What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning into this video on Elvis is the Man. So I want to start by telling you that the Facebook page that I made to replace the one that was deleted recently for some strange mysterious reason, that was deleted again yesterday. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? You think the first time might be a mistake. The second time it's like, especially it was just only 2 weeks old, that was deleted as well. So makes me think, like, if the first time it was maybe a bot, the second time it doesn't seem like as much of a mistake, you know what I mean? So I made another Facebook page just in case it is like a bot. I mean, there's plenty of other Elvis pages out there, so I don't know why mine was deleted twice in 2 weeks. But this one, I'm trying to personalize it as much as possible. It's David's Elvis is the Man page, and I'm on the cover at Graceland. So that way, if it is just a bot and some type of little program, you know, they don't see the picture of Elvis. And anyway, what I'm saying is, I know it's probably a little annoying, but just go, if you're on Facebook, just follow David's Elvis's Man page. I assume conservatively, maybe like 10,000 people will see this video, say. I expect 8,000 to click the follow button to help me make up the progress that Facebook stole. I'd appreciate it. So today's video is a pretty interesting story that I would bet most of you have not heard about Elvis. Don't mind the mic, I just feel like holding it. Gives me something to do. So it was about 1973, 1974. Elvis was in his like Superfly era where he would always wear like the hats and like the cane. I mean, he wore canes sometimes, but you know what I'm saying, like the long coats, the hat with like the feather in it, the whole thing. Around the Stax studio sessions. Kathy Westmoreland tells a story about how Elvis, as usually did, he went down to the Memphian. He was not on tour. I don't know the exact month, but it was, I'm guessing it was 73, 74. So Elvis takes, you know, Jerry Schilling and a bunch of the guys and girls, including Kathy Westmoreland, to the Memphian to watch movies all night long. So no highlights there. He just goes through his usual thing, watching movies, and it is about 4:30 a.m. Everybody gets kind of tired of that and decides to go back to Graceland. So, but the thing was, and I was sort of surprised, but I guess not so surprised, because fans would probably catch on when Elvis was in Memphis. He would go to the Memphian a lot to watch movies. So this particular night, there was like a crowd of fans out there waiting for Elvis to leave, you know, but they're right at the front of the movie theater. So there's a few exits, and they have some decoys go out one exit, one decoy goes out the front. Well, Kathy Westmoreland says that she was forgotten, and she was in the lobby like, what the heck, because she decided to go to the bathroom. Well, she came out of the bathroom and all the lights were off and the front door was locked. So she was starting to panic a bit. And she said luckily there was an usher there who stayed there with her until a car eventually came back after they realized, where's Kathy? So, because she's like, hey, in Memphis, and this was a bit surprising to me, but I guess it was the 70s. Memphis wasn't the same in the 50s as it was in the 70s, 20 years later when Elvis got Graceland initially. So a car eventually came and got her, but she says what the surprising thing was, they also forgot Elvis. So all the cars leave and everybody heads back to Graceland, but they forgot Elvis. Everybody else thought they had Elvis. I mean, they didn't have a cell phone, they weren't texting each other, so they couldn't have known right in the moment. So Kathy Westmoreland says Elvis was found walking back to Graceland, dressed with chains, his usual thing, because he was always done up. He was always dressed as Elvis, because Elvis says he didn't want to disappoint fans. But the funny thing was, okay, it was dangerous enough walking in the dark in Memphis, but he had a Tommy gun with him. You know, Elvis was always carrying something. I was surprised. So he actually went to the movie theater with this loaded Tommy gun. So that's probably one of the reasons why Elvis didn't feel too scared heading back home to Graceland. Obviously, he probably figured they would pick him up along along the road at some point. But according to Kathy Westmoreland, Elvis actually started to walk back to Graceland. I'm guessing it was like maybe 10-15 minutes of him actually walking by himself. Now, this wasn't the first time that Elvis did things by himself. Like in December 1970, Elvis was 35, about to be 36. It's another quick story for you. Elvis was confronted by Parker, Priscilla, Vernon about his spending habits. So Elvis was like, you know what? You can't tell me how to spend my money. And so he got on a plane and headed to California, I believe it was. And then he got he headed to Washington to see Joyce Bova, and then Jerry Schilling. No. He went to California, saw Jerry Schilling, and they went to Washington.
All right, guys, I had to look this up. Actually, both are right. Elvis first left Memphis, checked in at a hotel in Washington to see Joyce Bova. Then he flew to California to get Jerry Schilling. From California, Elvis and Schilling flew back to Washington. So Elvis flew to both places.
Anyway, so Elvis went by himself on the plane to get out of Memphis at that time. So this wasn't totally uncharacteristic of Elvis to do something on his own. And he had a Tommy gun, and it was his own hometown. But Kathy said that when the guys actually came and got him, Elvis kind of made a joke out of it, like, I have the best security, like better security than the president, which I don't think he did. But he says I had better security than the president, and you guys leave me behind at the Memphian. I guess it was all a big joke, but I thought that was pretty surprising. So in closing, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This really did happen. Like some of the comments I read, oh, that didn't happen. Like I'm just making this up. You know, sometimes like it depends on what I'm reading at the moment. I like to share certain things, or maybe my mind is sparked by something that an author or writer said, and then I remember other events around with it. This one is coming solely from Kathy Westmoreland's book. I'm not quite through with it yet, but it is pretty interesting. So I hope you guys tune in to the rest of the videos that I'll be coming out with this week. If you missed any, go ahead and check those out as well, and I hope to see you on Facebook. Crazy. Thanks for watching.
And just if you're interested, also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Elvis is the Man Shorts, I'll put up little 60-second snippets of stories like this where I condense it down to 60 seconds. Check these out as well.
Subscribe.